Good morning, Service Alliance community. Glad to have you here.
Good
How
morning.
are
I'm
you doing,
Carson.
Jason?
Hey, I
I'm
woke up this morning and sun's getting ready to pop up. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. I got my morning coffee, which is protein shake, but it's a cafe latte flavored. So,
cafe lot. Your
cafe
fake,
latte.
your fake coffee.
I tell you what, I had a hankering for an iced coffee yesterday, and I didn't feel like going and spending like $7 at Starbucks. So I went to Kroger, got me the French vanilla stuff. I got plenty of coffee here at the house, and now I've got enough creamer to make iced coffees for a month. So
There you
the way
go.
I like to do it. That's the way I like to do it. Yes, got a good show. We're talking about today the power of consistency, building trust through a brand, through a strong brand. We are very consistent on this show. We're here every Tuesday to serve our home service contractors around the globe, right? That's consistency. That's a strong brand. How
Yeah,
about your business, right? Let's talk
it's what
about
it takes.
that in your business. That's what it takes.
I think consistency is one of the hardest things to be, I guess,
Consistent.
in a company or to be or do. I mean, you have to be consistent.
Yeah. Why did the brand take a vacation?
I don't know.
Why did the brand take? Because it needed a little R&R, recognition and reliability. It's kind of like a dad joke, but yet like a really good, strong motivational quote too. So
Yeah,
I say, yeah,
I wouldn't really call it a dad joke, but
no, I like it.
it's still better than a lot of our dad jokes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, who we got? We got me and EJ so far on here today.
Got EJ.
Yeah.
How you
Good
doing,
morning,
EJ?
EJ.
Talk about strong brand and being consistent. EJ's
Yeah,
got it going on.
his
He's
new
doing a
brand
great
is pretty
job.
good. His new brand is doing pretty good. I like it.
Saul,
Ooh,
how you doing, Saul? I seriously, I want some coffee next month when I come to Miami.
right? I would rather have Saul's coffee
I need
and
that
no
Cuban
iced
coffee.
coffee. So, hey,
I
speaking
told
of
I told him
coffee,
that yesterday morning.
next week Shayna and I will be at Service World Expo
Speaking of Shayna,
in Orlando, Florida, assuming the hurricanes don't wipe away Orlando. There was like
ooh,
an alert for Walt Disney World. Like we got this alert by email last night from Walt Disney World. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, this is because we're staying at Coronado Springs is where the expo's at. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I was thinking it was already like they were talking about the hurricane hitting on Monday. And I'm like, we're leaving Monday to head that way. I'm not, they were talking about yesterday, Monday. So yeah,
so
prayers to all
you're
those.
going to be going to the land that once was Orlando.
Yeah, right. Now it's
As big as this storm's gonna be.
yeah,
So
true. But yeah, Service World Expo, if you haven't heard about it, electricians, heating and air, and plumbers. That's the main, but there's other home service contractors that go there too, roofers as well. Check it out. If you're going in the area or going to be in the area, or if you'd just like to take a little 1 week vacation, serviceworldexpo.com, I believe it is. And it's a huge event, lots of vendors. We will be there. We've got a really cool prize that we're giving away. And yeah, it's going to be a fun week. That's for sure. We get to see a lot of old friends. We used to be part of a group called the Service Nation Alliance, and it was again electrical, heating, and air and plumbing. And they started Service World, and then eventually it became its own entity. So it's going to be neat to see a bunch of old friends again and catch up with a bunch of them. I mean, some of them we've known for 20 years. So yeah, it's going to be neat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Saul says it's gonna be a Cat 4 landing as a Cat 3, just praying for the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure. I thought for a second he
Definitely.
was talking about like, category 5, category 6, like, networking cable. And I'm like, man, Cat 3 is old. I ran Cat 3 in
I don't think so.
15, 20 years.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are all gonna be in our prayers. So speaking of which, let's pray for him right now. I'll open us up in prayer.
Sounds good.
Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day. I want to thank you for allowing us to wake up this morning. Please be with all of those that are affected by Helene and this upcoming Hurricane Milton. Please spare lives through this, and allow people that do stay through it to make it out unscathed, and not too much widespread destruction. They've been through a lot already, Lord. I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. 100%. 100%.
Morning, Marion.
Hello,
Morning, Gary.
Marion. It's good to see Marion on here. I think many of us met Marion for the first time, and Marion, I don't know, like Dr. Dan, really, he's good and all, but you're a great lady. Just gonna say. So yeah, but it was a pleasure to meet you. That was for sure. Hey, let's do Matthew 5:37 today. Matthew 5:37. This is the NIV. Um, all you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. That's interesting, right? All you need to simply say is yes or no. That's just a reminder to be clear and consistent in communication, both in life and in branding. So simple. Hey, Mike and I were talking about SEO and AdWords beforehand. It's an untapped market that we haven't really dumped any money into yet for my office help. So once Mike gets a budget and a proposal together, we will simply say yes or no. Yeah.
There you go. I mean, that's what it
Uh,
comes down to, right? Is just a decision.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing that it's talking about behind it. Make a decision,
Yeah.
but make it a good, wise decision. Look at everything that you've got going on and make sure that you obviously make the decisions that are right for you with, data behind it. You've got to have some strong data and
Yeah.
to make educated decisions these days. And there's tons of data out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Our,
tons of
our
ways.
brand, I feel like we have a good brand, great brand. So there's good, great, and elite, right?
Yep.
According to Jason Redman. I think we have a great brand. It used to be good. Now it's great. Now we want to make it elite. So when talking about brand, that's our big aspect of what we're doing is building trust through a strong brand. That's the key point of today. So let's dive into it. And part of that is defining your brand identity. I'm always a big proponent of starting with your core values. You've heard me say this time and time again. Core values, your core vision, your mission statement, right? And I have these right here to my left on my shelf. And every time I'm doing something for my business, marketing, aligning myself with another vendor, aligning myself with an expo coming up or whatever it may be, I am looking at my core mission statement. Core focus is to help business owners create freedom. How is doing X, Y, and Z aligning with helping my business owners create freedom? So vendor partners, that's one thing that I am strengthening my vendor partner relationships right now and reaching out to the vendors that we have. A, seeing if they want to continue the relationship. B, what's been going good, what's been going bad, and how can we develop this further? If it's going great, we want to continue, right? And then we line up with all of our core focuses, which I'm not going to go through them all because there's 5 of them, but you can see them on our website, myofficehelp.com. We've got them on there as well. So start with the core values, mission statement. Ensure that they're clear and communicated in all aspects of your business, right? Our team members, every single one of their cubicles has all of our core values and our core mission statement at their desk. So it's a constant daily reminder. Our name badges that we have on the back of them, it has our core values and our mission statement. It's a constant daily reminder when they put their badge on, not to just leave their trash at the door. We got a whole video on that, but it's also about, hey, how am I serving my clients today? In my training video on day 1, we talk about that. And 2 questions I want them to ask every day is how did I serve my clients yesterday, and how can I better serve my clients today? So think about that every morning in your brand. How can I serve my clients better than I did yesterday? So
I think it's important to realize the order that you create these when you first start
mhm,
looking at them too, because your core values, in my
yeah,
opinion, should be number one,
yeah,
because those are things that should never change.
yeah,
They will never shift with your business. They will never shift in the future. Your core values are your core values. That's why they're called core values.
yeah.
um your mission and vision could change over time, but those core values are your core values. They should never waver, I guess you could say. Um, then work on your mission and your vision. Um,
You know, we're talking about this. Can I just share this? I might as well just share it right now,
go ahead.
and we'll talk about it because I think they're good. You gotta look around my camera here. Um, window. There we go. I'll just share it. There we go. Throw that up there. So you're talking about the order of things, right? So these are our core values, and you hit it on the head. Start with your team. We grow great people, right? So I started with our team whenever we redid our core values a few years ago. Start with your team. We grow great people. Then what's the next thing? I want to make sure that we have a culture of honor. Um, anything that we do, promises made, promises kept. I want to make sure that I am serving my clients, I'm serving my team, I'm serving my wife, I'm serving my son in every aspect. I want my team to see this the same way. Consistent client satisfaction, communication, coordination, and cooperation for partnership success. So that's with our clients, it's with our partners. So I'm giving you a little taste of okay, what can you do as far as core values? Not just showing you, hey, look at us. No, this is a great example. I feel in core values because we put a lot of thought into this. Next level solutions for us, it's always about how can we step up our game and serve our clients through technology. Um, so through our phone systems, which we've went through a huge ordeal this year on phone systems, and we've kicked a couple phone systems to the curb and had to start again because we always want to up our game. And then again, our core focus is helping business owners create freedom. So, just a good example to show you core values and core focus, right? So, our core focus is our mission statement, right? So, thanks for letting me share that.
Yeah,
Hope that helped.
I'm gonna leave that up for a second. I'm gonna answer EJ. How many core
Good
values
question.
should we have?
Good
That's a
question.
really good question. In my opinion, I really don't think that you should have more than five.
Yeah,
Um,
3 to 5,
And
but I'll always say
and as you can see in Jason's example, you should keep it concise. And if it's not concise and clear and easy to remember, then it's way too much.
yeah.
You're overthinking it. So find a way to make it super easy to remember, super easy to explain.
And the fun
And
thing is at our quarterly meetings, every quarterly meeting we have, it's an all team meeting. We have one coming up tomorrow night. I take time at the very beginning of our meeting. Well, it's about 10 minutes into our meeting. And we go through each one of these, and everybody gives an example. Hey, the first core value we're going over is we grow great people. Give me an example of how you've seen this core value in action over the last 3 months. And it's awesome to see the team bringing up another team member or bringing up one of our clients or bringing up one of our vendors and talking about how, this happened or that happened. And we do that for each of our core values and for our mission statement as well. So that's a really cool piece to watch and be part of. And it's brought up a lot of tears, you know, because man, I really appreciate the way this client did this for me. This is a team member talking this client did this for me and it just really helped me out. And yeah, just little stuff like that. It's so neat to
yeah,
see how your core values just really envelope your entire business. So consistency through branding, I totally agree. Starts with your core values. So
absolutely. And
yeah,
to add to that, your once you create your core values, mission, and vision, you can very easily come up with a brand voice. And your brand voice, we did this for appliance marketing pros, we went through that exact process: core values, mission, and vision statement, and then we created the brand voice. And once we figured all that out, doing marketing is easy, for a brand, to keep it on brand and on point. So
Yeah.
definitely do it in that order. And it'll go smoothly for you.
Yeah. Our next point is consistency in customer experience. So when we're talking branding, one of the first things that comes to my mind is consistency across all platforms. I don't know if this is where our notes is going, but this is one of the first things that my marketing coach taught me. Um, Consistency in your look, right? So when we go to vendor shows, this is what our backdrop looks like. This is like a 10-foot by 8-foot tall backdrop, right? And I use it for my the podcast and everything too now. But consistency in that. If you look at myofficehelp.com, there's a brand look to it, right? If you go to all of our social media channels, the headers, the cover photo, the profile photo, everything is consistent across all of our platforms. So when a customer goes and looks for you online, they say, "Oh, yeah, okay, this is My Office Help on LinkedIn." Got it, because it's the same brand that's on My Office Help on YouTube and TikTok, and everywhere they go, they see consistency in your branding, right? So that's a huge, huge part of it. Whether it's online, on the phone, in person, we've had really good luck with our jerseys, the branding we have with our jerseys. If you've seen our jerseys, we go to Encompass Day, and um, I was at Encompass Day and I was cooking pancakes, and then we go. That was in Georgia. We go all the way out to Las Vegas, and we're at Asti, and I'm walking through the hallway, and a guy saw my jersey. He goes, "Hey, it's the pancake guy from My Office Help." He's like, "You cooking pancakes this go around?" I'm like, "Yeah, not this one, but come back to Encompass Day. I'll cook pancakes for you." And even at PSA, I had people say, "Hey, you cooking pancakes this go around?"
There you
So
go.
they associated the jersey with pancakes, which I thought was pretty cool. So the way you look, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so how do you implement consistency across all the different platforms? Um, and how many platforms are you on? I mean, I know you are on a lot of different platforms. I'm on a lot of different platforms.
Yeah.
But how do you come up with your marketing to be consistent on all of those platforms? Where do you start?
Yeah. That's a great question. So for me, I use a platform called Loomly.com that helps me manage all my social media. So I can post all my social media right there in that one platform. I can also see a bunch of analytics. And this is the third platform over the past, 10, 15 years that I've used. For the electrical business, we used a different one, but for My Office Help, this is the second platform. So it starts there, a good platform to help you manage everything, manage all your content, manage your analytics, seeing what people are they clicking, are they looking? That's been great. Lumley's had a great analytical funnel that you can look at. I use Canva to create a lot of my content because it's easy to pop in the branding. There's a whole branding aspect over there, a folder that once you set it,
In the pro
whenever
version.
in the pro version, once you set all your branding in there and it doesn't take hardly anything to do, then it's when you're creating a piece, you just click the branding tab and you can pull stuff into it.
Yeah, we did
Chat
that with our
GPT.
fonts, colors, logos. You can dump it all into there and it's all preset.
Yeah. Yeah. Chat GPT has been great for helping me create content. I get the team involved. So, uh, as far as TikTok goes, or creating shorts for Instagram and YouTube and all that, the team sends me ideas. Hey, I saw this TikTok the other day and I thought that'd be a great one for My Office Help. So it's a trend. So get your team involved, right? If it's just you and one other, so be it. Do it. If it's just you, so be it. Do it. You can search all kinds of stuff. Chat GPT has been great for helping me create content. as the marketing content creator. So there's just a couple little things to help right there. But
But if you're
answering your
using
question,
ChatGPT for social media content, use the pro version. Don't use the
yeah.
free. The pro
And
version is so
Jenny
much better.
has yeah, Jenny has created some great prompts as well. So Jenny, Shayna, and EJ are on Thursdays. Be sure to watch hers as well, and then reach out to Jenny. It's oh, I just had a brain fart. Something Academy. What is Jenny's Outcome Academy?
Outcome
Yes, Outcome
Academy.
Academy. Wow, I'm sorry, Jenny. Had a brain fart there. Check out Outcome Academy, and she's got tons of prompts that she can send you for helping you create content as well. Yep.
So
Uh,
how
Go ahead.
let's move on to our next point. Building
Yeah.
brand recognition through visual consistency. I know we've touched on this, but
Yeah. I kind of jumped the curb
let's
on this one.
let's break this down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Something a lot of people don't do is, yes, the logos and colors. They focus on those,
Yeah.
but they really don't focus on fonts.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people
That's
don't
huge.
realize how fonts are a major part of the consistency of your brand,
Yeah.
from your website to your marketing materials.
Yeah. American
Yeah.
Typewriter is what this one is. And I'm not going to go much further into where we got these, but and you even see we've had a lot of people say, why don't you capitalize M, O, and H, or even in the other stuff? Because it's branding. It gets people to look at it. And it's like, okay, but it's the consistency in even just the capitalization, right, across the board. Now, for legibility on some of our marketing, you'll see I use the same font, but I do capitalization because it makes it easier to read in social media aspect. But logo and branding for sure stick with the same. Um, I think Marion had a great question here. How
Yeah,
much
I was gonna
time do you
pop that
spend?
up here when we get into consistency,
Yeah, how
but,
much time do you spend every week creating content and posting? So for me, Marion, that's my job. I probably spend a good 20 hours a week just in marketing, if not more, because that's my job. When I did the electrical stuff and I was doing all the branding for the electrical, I'd maybe spend 5 hours a week um, creating marketing content, but I wasn't posting every day like I do for our business. This business is different than my contracting business that I had, in that I am trying to get out to as many people as I can all around the country. For my contracting business, I'm just focusing here regionally within about 30 miles. So I think if you have a good content creation, prompts, things that help you, once you get that set up, I think realistically you could probably do it in less than 5 hours a week, in some cases. So yeah,
yeah, it depends on the business, and a lot of people say, how much should you post? How consistent should you post? How
yep,
often?
yeah,
Um, I don't think that it's how often, it's how consistent you are.
yeah,
It could be once a week, it could be once every other week. Um, it's it's just being out there
yeah,
consistent. If you're gonna post every week, make sure you post every week. If you say
yeah,
you're gonna post every week, if you say you're gonna post every 2 weeks, post every 2 weeks.
yeah.
I
It's
think
the
I think once a
consistency,
month is
100%.
is too little, but um if it bare minimum for a local service company, it should be once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I've got a good, podcast on My Office Helps YouTube channel. It's with Tom Harness, Harness Digital Marketing, and he dives into this on that podcast. I'll share that link a little bit later, in the Alliance group, but he talks a lot about that. For us, 3 to 5 times a week is what he suggested for us. I'm very consistent 4 to 5 times a week across the platforms, and it depends on the platforms that you're on as well. The key thing for us was if we're going to go to a vendor show, if we're going to go to an expo, or if somebody's looking to utilize our services, they go to their favorite social media channel. I don't like Instagram. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of LinkedIn. And there's another one he had us go on to that I'm not a big fan of. I'm like a Facebook guy. That's my jam. But because people are on different platforms, I have to post across all of them because of the consistency. I go to this show and they're TikTok fans. I had one guy walk up to me in Vegas and he's like, "Man, I see you guys on TikTok all the time. I just had to come meet you in person because you're a TikTok champ." Well, there you go. There's a potential client.
Yeah,
Um,
once you start seeing engagement on those other platforms, it validates you being there,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like, "Oh, I really didn't think that people were actually gonna see me there."
yeah. So there's use for all of them. LinkedIn, a great example of really just business building networking. It's kind of the who you know that might know you on LinkedIn. I like to say, and again, that's a great advice from Tom. So,
Yeah.
yeah, go check out that podcast on My Office Helps YouTube channel. It's What's on Your Mind with Jason. That's the playlist, and go look for Harness Digital Marketing. But again, I'll share that. Oh, this
So
is a fun one. Oh, such a
EJ
fun one.
wants to know, how do you go about picking colors?
Yeah. It's not some randomizer that you just grab. I'll tell you how I was taught to pick colors for your business, and then if Mike, if you got something, I'd like to hear your opinion too. So, for the electrical business that we had, it was go take pictures of every single contracting truck in your region that you can find, and put them on a big wall board. Be it digitally or actually get the pictures printed out and put them on a big wall board. Put yours smack dab in the middle, and if yours gets lost, it's probably a good idea to change your brand colors. But in that wall board, what colors are missing, right? If it's purple and yellow, then maybe your truck and your color should be purple and yellow. If you're saturated with yellow and black in your area, don't go yellow and black. That's kind of the mistake we did. We listened to a business coach tell us to go yellow and black because it's great colors. Well, we have a 1-hour heating and air franchise right in our neighborhood. What colors are they? Yellow and black. So what do people say all the time? Hey, are you guys part of the 1-hour franchise? No. If we would have went like yellow and purple, absolutely nobody in our area is doing purple. So that would have been a good choice, or even purple and green. We got Serve Pro, they do green, but yet that yellow or that green and purple might have been a cool combination. Dan Antonelli does a great job. Kick Charge Creative, the Branded Not Blanded book, does a great job in diving into this as well. So be sure to check him out, check that book out, and go follow him on YouTube as well. So
Yeah.
that's an easy way. Wallboard, and then see what's missing, and that could be a good possibility for your colors.
I think to take this a step further, you need to look at when we were going through our rebranding for Appliance Marketing Pros. I went back and I looked at all the updated statistics, data, research that people had done for, you know, different colors and high converting colors. And, each color has a I guess a mental
Mental mood.
acuity to it, a mood, yeah, is, like blues are calming and trustworthy and things like that. And I mean, blue's my favorite color, so I love it. But, then there's high alert and high converting colors like
Yeah,
yellows, oranges, reds. Um, you would think green would be a conversion color, but it's not. Um, or not as much as it would be with red or yellow or orange. And I chose my colors based off of that data.
mhm,
And then I just chose the shade, and but you want very vivid, bright, actionable colors that really stand out.
yeah,
Um, and like Jason said, look at your competitors. What are they doing? And I mean, I'm more on the web presence. And if things aren't standing out to me on the web presence, then I'm all for it. I'm
yeah,
all for being different than they are and being brighter and bolder and just standing out way more than what my competitors are. So, that goes all through the website.
yeah. I we just put a new wrap on our van for the business. So we have a business. van that we travel around to all these vendor shows. We take our booth set up and everything. And so even with our wrap, the new colors that we went with, it was the like light blue to almost a deep purplish blue. And even with my wrap, I mean, we're not in a competitive market where we're at now with other virtual receptionist type of companies. But when doing the wrap, I did the same thing. What colors are present in our area? What colors are not? We have a plumbing company that uses blue, but it's more of a very light blue with whites, with water. And so this doesn't really compete even with them. But I'm not in their market, right? I'm not a plumbing company. I'm a company that wants to market to that plumbing company to utilize them. But so anyway, yeah, just think about your colors. I was looking up some other stuff for our colors for looking at pictures, past pictures. But we'll.
So how do you ensure that your impact of your brand consistency is holding up? How do you measure that?
Mm,
Um that's where A/B testing comes in. You need to test certain things. Have the same ad with variations on different colors, or just a different button call to action um in your images that you're posting, right? Track which one of those converts better. Which one gets you more clicks to your website, which one gets you more calls.
yeah,
If you're not figuring out a way to track that, and it's very simple. You could take a call tracking number and get two call tracking numbers and use those as your testing numbers. And if you're putting out ads on social media, or just generally posting on social media, and
yeah,
you've got two different ads, put two different numbers on everything, use some different variations of colors, and then put it out there,
yeah.
and have set up landing pages
Hmm.
for to your website for each one of those ads individually, and see which one drives more conversions and more business for your company.
Yeah,
And then you find a clear winner. That's the only way that you can really test something, is
yeah,
being able to track it in some way. And those are easy ways to track things. Um, the phone number part is the easiest. Setting up landing pages might be a little bit more work, but that's the only clear way that you can test. And you wouldn't think that colors would matter as much as they do, but they could be wildly different results. And 90% of the time, you're gonna think that one is, oh, this one's definitely gonna convert more. And those results could shock you. And you
yeah,
could be like, wow, I had no idea that this went over here with these colors would have converted more.
yeah. Loomly, the platform I was telling you I use, they'll take your domain names that you put in there and convert it to a tracking link. So you'll see in our social media, I have Loomly links on everything. Well, in Loomly, I can track, okay, that's a clickable link. So just like Mike is talking about with your phone numbers, Loomly does the same thing. Bitly does the same thing. So you can create trackable links very easily. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You got an image here.
Yeah, I was just
Well,
gonna throw up, this was the last box truck that we had, that was wrapped, and I'm a huge proponent of everything being wrapped. Um, so, yeah, and keeping it very simple. You have your logo, you have, "Here's what we do," big domain name, small phone number. For me, it was that I almost did not put phone numbers back on our trucks, the last few trucks we had wrapped. But I decided to do that just because, as it's sitting there, big mobile billboard. But think about what all the stuff you have on your vehicle. What catches their eye, right? So for this one, it's the colors really caught their eye, um, and then a very easily legible graphic that says who we are. Here's what we do, and here's how you can get a hold of us. That's
yeah,
it.
think
You don't
about
want,
yourself speeding down the highway. How
yeah,
easy is it for someone to glance at that vehicle
yeah,
and know exactly what you do and who you are? I don't know how many times I've gone down the highway, or been sitting at a stoplight, and something blows by me and I can't even read it because it's just
Yeah,
got so much crap all over it, you know,
yeah.
and or the lettering is just too small and
Oh, yeah.
illegible.
I'm
Um,
sorry, the white van syndrome. Everybody has white vans with the small magnet on it. I'm sorry. Don't let it be an insulting to you. You got to change that. How are you standing out from your competitors? EJ is a great example. He's done a great job of changing his brand, and I can't wait to see what his new wrap looks like. You know, Dan has chimed in a lot of times whenever EJ has posted, "Hey, here's a couple of examples of the new wrap. What do you think?" Dan will chime in and post on, what he thinks of it, which is always great. Dan's great at giving free advice. I mean, yeah, he's good at what he does. But,
yeah.
yeah, so this was our last truck we had wrapped. I love box trucks. This one had the Hackney
Do
body.
you have a picture we can share of your current van? Because I saw that
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like, wow, that actually looks really nice in
Thank
person.
you. Yeah, let me pull that up.
I've seen pictures of it, but once I saw it in person, I was like, wow, it actually looks nicer in person.
Thank you. Oh, I moved my marketing folder. Sorry.
So, how many of you out there are actually thinking about your branding at the moment, and or maybe even going through a rebrand at the moment? And how are you approaching that? Um, what are the race stripes and wing, Jason?
Well, I don't know why I can't find my Movan.
I honestly have no idea what Saul is referring to. Race stripes and the wing.
Where's my Movan? Oh my goodness. Sorry.
That's all right. Um,
I know I got it in Canva.
I'm going to cover an actionable step. Set quarterly branding consistency reviews where you analyze metrics and adjust your strategies to strengthen your brand trust. If you're not reviewing things on a consistent basis, we're talking about consistency, right? So if you're not consistently quarterly reviewing everything that you're putting out there, you can't get back on track once you start falling off the rails. You may not even realize you fell off the rails. So make sure
Well, I'll just
that,
do it this way.
yeah, that'll work.
There. There's the Movan.
But it's
Yeah.
it's very easy to read, and especially when you're
Yeah.
in person, it's very
Yeah.
clear and
So
easy.
I purposefully I put there is no phone number. We have the website here, and then I have our do what you do best. But on the back is um, our story. On the very back of it is what our story is. So a lot of people say, "Hey, reserve the back for what you do." That was the graphic. Here's how it actually turned out in person. So that's the actual. You can see it there. That's what it looks like when it got done. It's pretty sweet. Big
Yeah,
logo
it
on the
looked
front.
really clean, really nice.
And then I purposely left some space right here on the door, and I've got some magnets. Really nice looking magnet that says, "We're hiring. Apply here." Or when we go to vendor shows, I have my office help courtesy shuttle. So when we did at PSA, we go get a bite to eat or something. Hey, jump in the van. Let's go for a ride. Or hey, you need a ride to the airport? I got you. And I got that idea from another um, business that when we were at with a different business coach, they did that often. They would rent a shuttle van when they got there, and they threw magnets on it to take people to and from here and there. So pretty cool idea. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Some key takeaways. Define your brand identity and stick to it. Ensure you got consistent customer experiences across all of your touch points and all your social media. Maintain visual consistency in your logos, colors, and designs and fonts. Um, keep a regular digital presence on social media and your website, and measure your brand's impact and adjust accordingly for success.
hmm
Um, that's pretty much all we got, guys. We're
yeah.
good 40 minutes in, so we're going to wrap this up. Any final thoughts, Jason?
Oh man, we have fun when we talk branding. We could fill a lot of show for several days when you talk branding. So, if you got any questions at all about branding, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Don't hesitate to reach out to Mike. If you found something useful on today's show, be sure to pay the fee, which is simply go like, share, subscribe to appliancemarketingpros.com, My Office Help, and Service Alliance Group. So, yeah, fun stuff. Thank
All
you all.
right. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah, you too.